What is up, fellas? Today is February 10th, 2026, and today I made $3,950 day trading NQ. Today I felt was beautiful price action, but I know a lot of people in the space got a little bit confused with today. A lot of people took a loss. I actually took a loss before I took a win, believe it or not, but the win was so beautiful and so textbook that it ended up canceling out the loss and way more on top, so that was absolutely awesome. This really shows why you can't just like full port an account. You got to have good risk management because I was able to take a full-size loss and then be able to enter another full-size position right after that and catch like 3R, making up for my loss and so much more. So risk management is the theme of today. If you ended today red, you should have, because a much better trade presented itself after we took the first loss, even though the first opportunity was really good. Before I get into the recap, as per usual, you know me, I trade the SIS system. It's the simplest inversion system in the entire space. I teach it entirely for free in my Discord. I have tons of free resources in there for you to benefit from. IFEG ranking systems, my model broken down, tons of videos, recaps on all my trades, years of evidence on my system. Please join the Discord, check it out. There's no reason you shouldn't do that. I also live trade in there every single day. So if you're looking to trade my model alongside me, pop into the Discord. I hope to see you all in there. But anyways, let's get right into the recap. All right, people. So really simple daily bias today. I was leaning bullish due to a couple conditions that you will see soon, but just in the high time frame, a couple key areas of liquidity I noticed is obviously hourly low, hourly high. But one thing I want you to take note of is just something to keep in mind when you're trading. So look below us. We, of course, have these two sets of lows. But, I mean, if you're not going to get a short and you're not going to take anything to these lows, all we have below us is this massive fair value gap. So if we don't get something either to this specific area of price or off of this area of price, you can't take a trade and at least have it be good. Because, I mean, look at this. What are you going to short and long off this random fair value gap, or short into this gap, long out of this gap? Like, I mean, you got nothing in here. You got nothing. So really, the only key area of price that I want to take my trade in was going to be like this area, or like a market open long somewhere up here, or a short off of this range with these highs up here. So something to be considered is literally just which one gets taken first. I want to take my trade off of that. But if I drop to the 15-minute time frame and show you what we were working with pre-market, is let me get up a little bit here. So one thing I noticed is obviously we have these two ranges. I was looking to take a trade like to these highs and to possibly even these highs if we continued higher. But one thing that was holding us down that I noticed was this 15-minute fair value gap. So this is my condition on the day, and you'll see that in my daily bias, which I'll put on screen now. Pause the video and read this if you'd like to. But that being said, this 15-minute was my condition on the day. We were kind of range bound. I wanted to see one of these get taken, then get either a reaction or a reaction, and then see how it goes from there. If this broke, this 15-minute fair value gap inversed, I knew we were just going to start running these highs. So was bullish, but that being said, that's all I really needed on the 15-minute time frame. Dropping to the 5 now, getting to 925. Same scenario, 5-minute gap up here. This needs to break to run the highs, but if I let market open, you'll see kind of put in like this weird candle off market open. And I'll show you. I'm going to let market open play out here. So this obviously is 934 right now. And you can see very terrible market open. Just a bunch of wicks. Price didn't know where it wanted to go, which is fair. We were kind of range bound. So all I was looking for now, just considering it's bad market open, was us to take one side of the range. So I just sat on my hands and I waited. I'm just letting it play out here so you can see what I was looking at. And bang, we took one side of the range. So here's this range taken. I'm like, okay, I want to get a trade off this level. We swept this low. We have these highs above. We have that 930 wick from the market open candle, and I'm looking to take a long towards it because if we get an opportunity off of this low, that's what I was looking to take. I was looking to take a long, and what you'll notice is we formed this 1-minute fair value gap. You know we're trading inside of this hourly fair value gap. We swept the low. All I'm looking to see is displacement higher, and I see that through this 1-minute gap. Now, that's not it. There was a couple more confluences with this trade and with this setup is if I pop over to ES now, you will see ES was trading much higher. We hadn't ran any of these lows. Go back over to NQ. You will see NQ ran these lows. Bang. We put in an SMT divergence at these lows as well, showing me this is a bull flag. If we're putting in this SMT and we get a reaction, we run through this gap, we should probably flip higher to the upside. So SMT, liquidity sweep, 1-minute fair value gap presented itself. 930 wick is a target. External highs is a target. All I'm waiting for is an inversion. And I mean, you'll see one candle, V-shape inversion off of this. I'm going long. This was a good trade. I take this any day. Go long. Stop somewhere probably below a closure, below this fair value gap. And I just was going to leave a target to 930 wick. Internal high, very obvious draw for a break-even point. And I just was going to go break even off of this high right here. All right, so that being said, break even at the internal high, 930 wick is a target. We were looking at a 3.1 R trade here. Like, this is just absolutely beautiful. Stops, you could have put it at the body low. I just was going to do a closure below the 1 minute IFEG. And you'll see here, entered off the 1 minute inversion, started making a move to the downside, got a little sketchy, didn't get much volume, and unfortunately I got stopped out. As soon as the body closed on this candle, I stopped out here, which was obviously a 1 hour loss. It was like, I think $500 or something like that. 122 ticks. I was in one mini contract on 5 accounts, so I was like, fuck. Think back to what I said at the start of this recap, though. This area of price is the only area that we can trade off of because we have nothing. What are we going to work with in here? There's nothing to work with. So I had to get my trade in this area of price. The only thing I could really look for was another long opportunity, and I was kind of sketched out, especially after getting not break even, taking a loss like that. But let a few candles play out, and you will notice one thing. We reswept this low. Now pop over to ES again. ES doesn't resweep the low. Okay. Internal and external SMT. When I see this happen, this is a big educational moment here. I know for a fact I got stop rated. If there's an internal and an external SMT and we start getting a reaction to the upside again, I know we got stop rated. All I need is an IFEG to the upside. Now we have nothing on the 1 minute time frame. Drop to the 30-second. Here's one thing and one problem that we failed to notice on the first trade is there was a small 30-second gap up here holding price down. We failed to break this, hence why the trade failed. If I would have noticed this in the first place, I wouldn't have entered the position. I'd have waited for this to inverse, and I wouldn't have taken the loss. Learning moment for me, learning moment for you. Watch out for those sneaky little 30 seconds, even if there's a higher time frame below it. So internal SMT, external SMT, we have this 30-second to the upside. If this breaks, I'm getting in long again. And you will see, I think it was literally one candle later, massive pump to the upside. Bang, get the inversion right here. Perfect close. Re-entering long. Enter there. Stop at the bottom of this 30-second inception gap that we made. Exact same target at the 930 wick. Little worse risk to reward ratio, but I mean, we're looking at a 350 tick trade, about $1,500 to $2,000 if we hit that. It's just looking absolutely beautiful. Break even at this internal high right here was where I was going to go break even. And pretty much the same setup, just with an internal and external SMT. Now, literally the best it gets. Re-entered this bitch. Let it ride. Within, I think it was a few candles, we started making our way to the upside. Hit the break-even point. Move my stop loss to break even. Some people tailed, partial take profit there. But right up here, I noticed we were slowing down. Thank God I actually checked this too. If you go over to ES, right on that candle right here, ES had just taken this 930 wick high. So we had an SMT at our take profit, which is my rule to full close your position at an SMT at your take profit. So I closed right here, 330 ticks. I think I was up like $1,600 or something at the time. Totally canceled out my loss, put me up just about $800 on all of my accounts. And I ended up the day about up $4,000 total. So, I mean, textbook trade, SMT at the take profit, 3 SMTs we had in this trade now. So, I mean, a little bit of uncorrelation between the two indexes, but it actually really worked in our favor. And we still made 2R on this trade. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That being said, another thing you can take away from the day is just being detail-oriented, noticing those 30-second gaps, noticing the SMTs, noticing what ES and NQ are doing at the same time. If you notice these and avoid those small little mistakes, you can definitely save yourself a lot, but thankfully, I was still able to capitalize, so can't complain about that. Once again, simplest inversion system in the space. Today might have seemed complex, but that's just because there's a ton of SMTs. If you don't know about SMTs, I have a full video posted on my page regarding how I use SMTs and what they are. Definitely check it out. Tons of sauce in there, but if you're looking to trade alongside me every day, trade in my Discord and learn my model, link in the description. Join the Discord. I can't stress that enough, and I hope to see you all inside. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll be back with another recap on my next trade.